Welcome. Joe Volpe, publisher of Corriere Canadese. You know it's the only Italian language daily newspaper in all of North America. Here on behalf of Go Live TV and Corcan Media Group with the comment of the day. Now, we know everything's been about changes of government and about scandals in government, even here in Ontario. So it's no surprise. The very first comment is one that has to do with two political figures, one provincially and one federal. First is the Tibollo affair, and the other one is Ahmed Hussen. Tibollo and Hussen, they're drinking their own bathwater. Doug Ford may indeed turn out to be a good premier. We won't know for a while. Yet, if he has the stuff. The first act was relatively easy. Blame the other guys for all the ills of the nation, because during a honeymoon, the public will accept everything. But it's never enough. It appears that whatever security check was conducted on the progressive conservative candidates, aspirants to cabinet, or to staff for those cabinet ministers, may have been a tad shy of thorough. No one checked what the bases for Minister Tibollo's self-description as an expert on certain aspects of the law might have been. No one checked if he was close to Castro, or whatever that meant. No one checked to see if he had a license to sell securities. Turns out he didn't. No one checked to see the number of court cases in which he was a plaintiff or a defendant. Now staff have been fired or shuffled, including his own chief of staff and at least one insider in the Premier's office. Of course, one should dismiss rumors that they are involved in securities business on company time. The fact that Minister Tibollo's had been investigated for securities-related issues may also have had a pronounced negative view of their potential conflict of interest. The Premier could not allow that sore to fester in the government's midst. After only 4 months on the job, the minister responsible for the police authorities who would have been conducting the investigations, if the allegations were to be investigated, did not seem so attractive politically. How did he merit only a demotion? He says they're only civil proceedings. That's the way he answered a question during the scrum after question period last week, before turning his back and walking away. The judge who heard the case 8 years ago saw it through a different lens. And I quote, "No matter the arithmetic, it was a case of fraud of colossal magnitude." End of quote. Tibollo is now demoted to Minister for Tourism. Why stop there? Ahmed Hussen was an immigration lawyer specializing in the lucrative refugees and humanitarian and compassionate application side of the business prior to seeking office and being sworn in as a minister. It would appear logical to expect that he might bring special insights to his new role. Insights that might alleviate the backlogs in applications received, in the number of border crossers, or in the handling of the humanitarian and compassionate applications to be considered. The Citizenship and Immigration Canada website says that there is a growing backlog. In other words, it can't handle the numbers it receives. Canada's international reputation as an accepting and considerate country hangs in the balance. Hussen's solution? Increase the numbers for 2021. Maybe. The number of refugees Canada agreed to accept is 15% of the overall number of aspiring immigrants who receive permanent residency. If the number of immigrants increases by 50,000 over the next 4 years, it means that we would have another 7,500 refugees. 4 years from now. Maybe the world will become a safer place and we won't have any. The number of H&C applications, humanitarian and compassionate grounds applications, stays locked in at 3,000 nationwide. For Ontario, that's probably about 1,200. That's the limit to our reservoir of compassion, according to Hussen. Too bad for the Dimitri children and to the tens of thousands of other children of undocumented workers facing the wrath of Minister Goodale, the great remover, and the indifference of Minister Hussen. Prime Minister Trudeau may be setting the stage for his own version of the Tibollo shuffle. He's already taken away from Goodale the responsibility for the Canadian Border Service Agency and border crossers as they relate to Ontario. Just exactly what that means we don't know yet. What does he have in store for Hussen, whose pilot projects in Atlantic Canada are a total bust? Joe Volpe for Corriere Canadese, Go Live TV, and Corcan Media Group, thanking you for watching and inviting you to stay tuned for commentary in Italian. Don't forget to follow us on all social media, Corriere.ca. Thank you.